What is the oldest thing in your home? Hey, welcome back. Kevin here. Welcome to my series, Freestyle Fire Journal. If you're new to this series, basically it's for people who are like myself, one who don't stay consistent with journaling. FYI, I'm shooting 5 episodes today because I missed about 4 or 5 days. Second thing is for people who hate journaling alone. So if you're anything like me, this series is for you. But basically, if you're wondering what this series is, basically every single day. But if you're wondering what the series is, basically every single day I read a question prompt from this One Question a Day journal. Make sure to pick up your copy at refugeehustle.com/journal, and you can follow me along. But even if you can't, make sure to journal with me. How do you do that? You can journal in the comments. Just write a few sentences and answer the questions along with me. I think it's a really great exercise. One of the things that it's been really helping me do is just be a little bit more creative, be a little bit more fun, and it has that spontaneity in my life that I truly need as a creative on YouTube and so many other platforms as well. So there's that. Before we start, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button if you want to stay updated with the daily episodes of the Freestyle Fire Journal. Now, today is August 16th, and the question is, what is the oldest thing that you own in your home? What's really interesting about this question is that a lot of the stuff that we used to have got unfortunately destroyed. We actually recently had a flood in my house, and all these old antiques that we had, they're all gone, right? Which is a real bummer because that's like true family history that you can't get back. So I saw this question and I was like, man, what is old that really means something sentimental and stuff? And yeah, I guess we have old Legos and old toys here and there and stuff, but then I took a look at my desk just now and I was just like, man, this is probably one of the oldest items that I can remember. I'm pretty sure that we got older stuff in the house, but it's a picture of me and my grandma. And if there's one thing that you should know about pictures back in the day, pictures were not digitalized, right? So these are kind of like OG pictures where you literally had to go to your local drugstore or a local place, and they would have to literally develop these photos. And so you couldn't just print it out on your printer because that wasn't available. But so this is a real OG photo, and this photo was shot when I was just a baby. It's just a few months, so it's pretty much been in my life all my life. Here's me wearing like two chains, sitting on my grandma's lap when she still had black hair. And unfortunately, my grandma's no longer with me. But when I look at this picture, it brings back so many memories. Like, for one, it reminds me of how much my family has sacrificed to really come to this country, to really make a name for itself. And I really want to carry the tradition, right? I was the first doctor in my family for pharmacy. And I was the first real, I think, healthcare professional in my family. So it really meant a lot hitting that milestone for my family. But more importantly, think about how much my grandma endured coming over here. If you guys don't know my grandma's story, I basically highlighted it in my Refugee Hustle story about my grandma. But basically the story is that during World War II, my grandma had 2 kids and the Japanese invaded, and really it was wartime, and really she had everything taken away from her. And basically it was a rags to riches story where she kind of grew rice and saved up enough money and also helped out her local community as well by feeding them. And eventually she found her way to America. And during this time, my grandfather, who actually came to this country, fought against the true fascists in Italy and Nazis as well, served this country. He eventually got my grandma over, only to have my grandfather pass away a few months later. So that was really rough. Apparently there was a lot of nerve agents over in Italy. It's I looked it up later, and yes, there was a lot of nerve agents. He died of thyroid cancer. His brother, my uncle, I guess great uncle, or I don't know, is it great uncle, right? He actually passed away because he was actually disabled. Unfortunately, my mom, the way that my mom put it, he got shot in the dick. So he had urinary problems and all that sort of stuff, and it was very hard for him, and he's very pivotal in my father's life, who is also no longer here. Now, this is kind of like the refugee hustle that I talk about so much, because they have this dream of having this better life for the future, for the next generation. And it really drives me to work a lot harder in those moments where it's just like, man, think about how many people before you, like in your family, who gave up so much of their life to make your life better. And it's just like, I need to carry that torch. I need to be able to do that, to live a fulfilling life. And there's only one way to do that. It's through the art and science of Kaizen, which ironically is a Japanese philosophy where it's like this continuous improvement, and we can take this refugee hustle mentality to any area of our lives, and really to have this live a fulfilled life, we need to focus on the 3 areas: health, wealth, and relationships, right? And it always just pushes me to, if there's one reason why, like that's why I always say my channel is not about pharmacy. It's not about high ticket closing. It's not about these things I put, but it's about the art and science of continuously getting better in these 3 areas in a very real way, and just having that vision of that refugee hustle. It wasn't until more recently where I started hiring brand strategists and been learning about brand. I've been actually reading these great books. Donald Miller, Building a Story Brand, and The Nuclear Effect as well, by Scott Ulsford. And also gotta give a big shout out to my branding strategist, Cynthia Sandoval. She has really been helping me every single step away to kind of build this brand identity as well, and just hone in on it. And it was always in me, but when I look at this photo, it's like one of those feelings where you look at a photo like this, and then it's like a feeling that it's an emotional feeling that you have up here, but being able to project it out in words has been so difficult over the years, and I'm constantly refining it. I think about my grandma from time to time. She's the one that raised me. She's the one that, took care of me when, especially my mom and dad, they were hustling all the time. My mom was literally working a job, being a full-time mom. She always found the way to make things work out. And then my grandma was a huge pivotal moment of that. She was that nurturing aspect, and without my grandma, there'd be a lot, like I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have the same work ethic, and it's just that OG mentality that I want to live on, and I want to carry on not only my grandma's legacy, but also all my ancestors as well. It's something that really means so much to me, and not chasing this dream, but living the refugee hustle has been so important to me as well. So I know that kind of went deep, guys, but I love to throw the question back to you. What is the oldest thing that you guys own in your home? Something that means a lot to you. And make sure to comment below. And as always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button to make sure to stay tuned for these daily episodes of the weekly, not only weekly hustle, but also the Freestyle Fire Journal. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Peace.